Here's a demonstration of an IP security camera that's being monitored through the internet. I have a PoE, Power over Ethernet unit here, and I guess kind of the idea is to point it at the gauge cluster or whatever you're trying to monitor remotely. In this case it's voltage, just as an example. And there it is on the screen right there. It's decent frame rate. You also have options with this camera for event logging and so on. Now the way I'm doing this is this camera has a full PoE, meaning it's 48 volts. The system that this will ultimately go into is a 24 volt system. So I have a 24 volt to 48 volt DC to DC converter, and that 48 volt DC line is going into a passive injector. So this injector is sending DC power over the Ethernet wire through this one, and this one is the actual network from a PepWave BR Mini. Now this thing is also PoE, however this PoE only goes up to same voltage as it's rated. I think on the old ones they don't write it, but on the new ones they write that it's only allowed to go up to, I think, 28 volts. So this one is passive. So if you plug in an active PoE 48 volt into PepWave, it will burn it up. I've done it once. So this is taking 12 volt from a different supply. This will take 24 just fine, so I could have ran it from the same power supply. But this whole setup, not including the PepWave, so this camera and this converter, takes 200 milliamps at 24 volts. It seems to be working pretty good. So with these, what will happen is on the Verizon card, we can make this into a public IP with a static IP. So the user will be able to just directly pull up the IP address on their computer, you know, pretty much such as what I have so far, and access the camera internal software with the picture and all the other features. So that's good. Really the interesting part is this converter, this Wi-Fi Texas injector, and the camera that's just simply is taking one Ethernet wire to operate, as you can see. This will be a nice clean install and it should work just fine. I like these cameras, they're pretty beefy. I mean, it's a solid, not like a little rinky-dink camera. So it's from Clinton Electronics. Resolution is pretty good. It can probably be adjusted. So this is the setup. Thanks for watching.